My husband knows how to do that. Just sometimes a little humor
Get your
to
story
get you
out.
through.
Fucking Dan Telfer coming here talking to my wife for the whole beginning of my set. It's like, come on, man, we're all doing cancer stories. You gotta talk to my wife. I'm getting ready to do a whole story about my wife. He's fucking stepping on my shit. Hey, everybody. All right, so you've met my wife, Christina. So it was October 2020. This was the dog days of the pandemic. Everything was stressful. And my wife, Christina, who I love dearly and with all my heart, she and I were having an argument. We were arguing about money and housing and childcare, and then she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And a lot of people have lost loved ones to breast cancer, and I lost an argument. And for somebody who thinks he's always right, that was really hard to lose that argument. And for the record, I think that if you have cancer, you should win every argument. Like, if you're in the state championships of the high school debate and the other kid has cancer, even if he's wrong, like, just let him win. Just give him the trophy. The earth is flat, and I have cancer. Here's your trophy. So on the first day of treatment, we went to the doctor, and the doctor said, your cancer is the size of a pinball. A pinball. When was the last time anyone in this room saw a pinball in real life? To understand my wife's treatment, I shouldn't have to go to the arcade at the Santa Monica Pier. I shouldn't have to make that trip. Excuse me, Dr. Pinball Wizard, what exactly is the plan? Are we gonna whack-a-mole my wife's cancer? The cancer pops up, we whack it down. The cancer pops up, we whack it down. Then we're just paying for chemo with thousands of little yellow tickets. So on the first day of chemo, the nurse pulled me aside, and she said, call the office if after you leave, your wife has excessive diarrhea. It's true. Now, at this point, I'm still wiping both of my kids' butts, I'm scooping the litter box, and I'm picking up my dog's poop in little baggies and carrying it around with me until I can find a trash can to throw it away in. This is the shittiest part of my life ever. My life is a literal shit show. Please, 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 don't make me my wife's diarrhea monitor. Watching my wife's butthole should be a gift. It should be something that's celebrated on special occasions, like birthdays and anniversaries and hotel rooms. It was a lot. And one day I just wanted to go, clear my head, so I went on a walk. And I was listening to Mark Maron's podcast, the WTF podcast, and he was telling a story about his partner who had just passed away suddenly. And it just hit me. I started bawling. I'm just a grown man crying on Wilshire Boulevard. And I'll never forget what Mark said next. You hate going to the post office? Try stamps.com. No, Mark. I don't hate going to the post office. I hate that my wife might die. I hate that my kids might grow up without a mother. I hate that I'm doing cancer on top of a global pandemic. I would love to go to the post office. Maybe mail some Christmas presents. Maybe buy some forever stamps celebrating the life of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I don't need stamps.com. I need a promo code to fix my life. Do you have one of those, Mark? So while my wife had cancer, I was actually in a screenwriting lab And I wasn't sure if I should tell the other writers that my wife had cancer. I don't know if it was appropriate or not. And so I didn't tell them. I'm a comedy writer, but I really wanted the drama of having people to acknowledge my struggle. Thank you so much for the kind words about my script. Yeah, it was brave that I wrote it while my wife had cancer. Oh, Tony's script? No, Tony's script was great too. I forget, does Tony's wife have cancer right now? No? No cancer in that family? Oh, well. I mean, just finishing a script is an accomplishment, I guess. So as a cancer caregiver, you get a free therapist at UCLA, which is really great, and it really helped me to cure the burnout I was having from always caretaking. So between my wife, the kids, my clients, extended family, I was always caretaking. So I loved my therapist. He was great. I found out that he wrote a book. So I bought his book, and I read his book. And at the next session, I was like, hey, it must have been really hard in 2008 when your son didn't want to go on that camping trip with you. And then I realized I was trying to caretake the person who was in charge of putting boundaries on my caretaking. I had hit, in that moment, platinum caretaking status. Immediately, lifetime supply of Gatorade and bone broth. VIP ticket into any chemotherapy lounge. And I can walk into any hospital now, in any city, find any sick person, and just hold their hand. Any hand, I can do it. That's platinum status right there. So it was 4 months of chemo, and after those 4 months, it was time for the surgery. And there's 3 integral steps to this surgery. The first step is getting radioactive dye injected into my wife's body. The second step is they do a scan of her body, and then the third step is they use the surgery to get the cancer out. So we go to the hospital, and step 1 goes fine. She gets injected with the radioactive dye. She's now just walking around like a living Chernobyl, just emitting. So we go to the next office to do step 2, and the receptionist says, ooh, actually, insurance hasn't approved you for step 2. They've approved you for step 3, but we can't send you there because we can't do step 2. You're gonna have to go home and come back and get the surgery another day. They didn't approve step 2. Imagine that you are on fire, and a fireman rushes over and he says, stop, drop, and roll. You stop. You're just getting ready to drop. And then the fire station receptionist says, ooh, actually, you're not approved to drop. You can't stop and roll. That doesn't save your life. Stopping and rolling is just a fiery, flaming tornado. It doesn't save your life. But I was prepared for this. So I went up to the receptionist, and I said, this is a piece of shit, and my purpose in life is cleaning up pieces of shit. And she didn't care. She didn't care. She was like, sorry. I did not win that argument. But then I remembered who could win every argument. My wife, Christina, who I love deeply and with all my heart. She went in, calm force of nature, took care of everything, called the right people, got the scan approved. We went to the surgery. The doctor whack-a-moled her cancer. And now she's cancer-free. Thank you.